Hi, this is Jake of Geekenstein Media. I'm here today with
Jason Brice from Plastic Piranha.
So we just got done playing Rekoil, and I must say I had a lot of fun. Can you tell me what inspired you to make this game?
Well, a lot of different factors went into it. I'd say, honestly, our main inspiration behind it was the COD 4 Pro mod. I mean, it was just, COD 4 was one of the greatest games that I think I've ever played, and then when they made that mod for it, it just stripped out all the stuff that really didn't belong, belonged in the regular game, but it just, for those hardcore gamers that really dug, the shooters, it took away all the airstrikes and all the other stuff and really just made it about you and your weapon. And I think there was something about the balance of that mod that just really intrigued me, and so we wanted to build a shooter that was very much, built along that line of thinking. And so, that's kind of where we're at with Rekoil, was trying to come up with something that's balanced, has a level playing field, and ultra powerful weapons, very twitchy in the way that it feels, and still at its core be a hardcore arena shooter. And that's what we've got with Rekoil.
Yeah, I must say I really had a lot of fun. It has a really fast pace like Call of Duty, but without all that extraneous stuff. It's a lot of fun, just a shooter distilled to its most fun form.
Yes.
So I must say it's really fun. Can you talk about when it's coming out, or?
Yeah, of course. We're looking at a launch window between 8 and 10 weeks from today. So that puts us about the second week of October, end of the second week of October to the beginning of November. So we're shooting for October 15th on the PC side, and it looks like a week after on XBLA as well. But those dates could change depending on Valve and Microsoft changing dates. I mean, they move things around to make the schedule work for the entirety of the games that they have on their platforms. So we just work with them and make things happen, and see what date we finally get from them. So.
You want to talk a little bit about what modes you have in the game?
Yeah, of course. We've got, to start, day one, you'll have 10 maps on delivery. You'll have 7 game modes, and that's Team Deathmatch, Domination, Capture the Briefcase, which is what you guys were playing. You'll have a Hold the Briefcase mode, which is kind of basically a deathmatch, but with an objective. And the idea there is to hold on to the briefcase for as long as you can, and you get points based upon that. Same thing is a Team Hold the Briefcase mode. We'll have a Search and Destroy, which is, plant the bomb, defend the bomb. We're also doing another, game mode that's kind of a throwback and a tribute to an old Half-Life mod. We're calling it Recondite, but it's basically based on that mod, which was the Hidden. And the idea there, it's basically a deathmatch setup. It's everyone, versus one guy essentially, and that one guy just happens to be invisible, and all he's armed with is a knife and a couple grenades. And if he stands completely still, he's invisible, and guys can walk all the way around him, and he walks up and shanks someone from behind with a knife, and no one knows where he came from. But the idea there is to, whoever shoots the guy who's invisible, they become the invisible guy. But it's really neat. If he's running around, he looks like the Predator and that type of thing, shimmering like the Predator movies. And it's just a game mode that you don't really see all that often in a first-person shooter environment. It's something new, just trying to break the mold a little bit, and I'm real excited about that one. So.
Well, that sounds really fun. I look forward to playing that mode. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Sure. Anything else you'd like to plug about the game?
Yeah.
That I haven't brought up yet?
There's quite a bit of stuff. I mean, that's the cool thing about Rekoil, is it's, chock full of content. Like I said, the 10 levels, the 7 game types, 40 different weapons that are available right at the very beginning. Not only that, day one you'll have mod tools as well. So you can create your own maps, you can create your own mods, game types, your own characters, however you want to do it, and utilize Steam Workshop in order to deliver those assets, So people will be able to, upload their maps or download their, favorite community-made weapon or whatever it is and integrate it into their mod. And that also goes hand in hand with dedicated servers. We'll be doing a dedicated server approach. We'll provide our own at start, but people will also be able to rent their own as well, and then police them and run them and do however they want to set them up, whether it's, running these maps or this game mode or whatever it is, they'll have the option. And that's the one really neat thing on top of all this, is having the ability to do the dedicated server environment where you know, you're not relying upon someone else's peer-to-peer connection and that type of thing. It's you can really get a good consistent ping, and for a shooter that's really important, you know.
Indeed.
So, you know, and that's something you're not seeing all that much of anymore by the way that things are set up with some of the current shooters. So, you know, we're trying to, you know, put those practices in place, you know, that have kind of gone by the wayside for some of these real popular franchises, and bring them back into Recoil, and you know, give people the opportunity to set things up and play the game the way they want to play it, you know. So, you know, pretty cool. So.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing it. Do you have a price point in mind, or?
Yeah, I mean, with all that content and everything else, we're looking at a price point of $15, and you know, I mean, you can't really ask for much better than that. So
that's really a great value, and keep an eye out for it, October 2013, and hope to see more of it.
yeah, thank you so much.
Nice talking to you, sir.
Nice talking to you.